Well, it is a tough day today if you are a Canadian hockey fan, as of course last night the World Junior Championship wrapped up with the USA beating Canada 2-0 and winning the gold medal. Canada not bad getting silver, but obviously not exactly what everybody wanted. Eric Bay is here to join me discussing this. Eric, I guess just first of all, what went wrong for Canada, or rather what went right for the USA?
Yeah, I think again we talked earlier in this tournament about adversity and how it would have been nice for Canada to maybe see some of that adversity earlier in the tournament. And I think that was maybe the biggest downfall, was the fact that they really weren't challenged here throughout this entire World Junior Championship until this gold medal game. And we saw after that first United States goal, they really had no bounce back for, I would say, the next 3 to 5 minutes at least. And it was the same thing again in the second period when Trevor Zegras scored that early one there in the second to make it 2-0. They really didn't have any momentum, I don't think, until the last 5 minutes of the period. So really for Canada, it was just really too little too late. And then on the American side, I think they had a little more puck luck. Obviously that bounce on the Zegras goal off the net there is tough for anybody. But even later on too, hit a few posts, Bowen Byram coming in there too. So I think the States really did deserve to win, but also got the better bounces here throughout this gold medal game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Eric, in the sense that Canada really didn't get their feet going until the later half of that game, and it really killed them. Another thing that I think killed them is just the lack that there were no fans in the stands. I mean, obviously, when you're playing the World Juniors in Canada as Team Canada, you're used to having those fans cheering you on and, have your back throughout that whole game. But I think especially after that second goal by the U.S., the Zegras goal there, I think they just deflated, and that's where those fans really could have come into play. Another thing, the USA did a phenomenal job of keeping pucks to the outside. There weren't many opportunities right from that high slot or middle of the ice when it was in the U.S. zone. And the few times that Canada did get pucks into those good scoring areas, you bring up the chance with Bowen Byram there where he hit the post. He was right in the middle of the net cutting there. So if Canada maybe could have gotten a couple more quality opportunities, things could have changed. However, both goalies did stand on their head. Obviously, only 2 goals given up in a finals is amazing. Just what did you think of the performances from Devon Levi of Canada and Spencer Knight for the USA?
Yeah, I mean, you really can't fault Devon Levi at all for this loss. He was really the all-star tournament MVP for Canada, I would say. And again, Spencer on the other side too did what he had to do. And as I mentioned about the puck luck, but there were still some big saves that Spencer Knight did have to make. You mentioned too, obviously keeping all those shots to the outside was huge. But there was still enough chances for Canada to really get back into this game, pot one, and then maybe make it pretty interesting there at the end. So I think both goalies really stood on their head, and this was really a goaltender showdown for sure.
And I mean, besides that first game for Team USA, where Spencer Knight played absolutely horrific against the Russians, he's been lights out throughout the rest of the tournament. Him and Devon Levi have each tied the tournament record for most shutouts at 3. I guess Spencer Knight just really came through when it did count in that gold medal game. Now, Eric, the tournament all-star teams as well as tournament awards were announced after that gold medal game there. Devon Levi was named the top goaltender as well, goaltender for the all-star team. Bowen Byram, Ville Helena were the 2 defensemen. And then on forwards, Trevor Zegras, Dylan Cousins, and Tim Stutzel were there. I mean, all 5 of those players had, or 6 rather, with the goaltender, had an unbelievable tournament. But is there maybe somebody you would switch in?
I don't think there's anybody I would necessarily switch in. I mean, you can make a case that a lot of other guys had some great tournaments. You look at JJ Peterka there in that German squad. He also played very well for a German team that obviously is pretty undermanned. But no, I think for the most part, the team's got it right. You might be able to convince me that Spencer Knight could be that goalie, but I think really both those guys just did so well. So I think just the stats alone there on the goals against average and save percentage side is what tips it for Devon Levi, and I'm okay with that for sure.
I agree. This was a super competitive tournament. Just looking through each team sort of had their stud or two that really helped push them on. Out of these 6, I can't say I have any complaints. if there were one more extra spot or one guy different, I might throw in Anton Lundell. He was the captain for Team Finland, obviously. Finland winning the bronze over Russia last night as well. He finished the tournament with 7 goals and 4 assists, the 12th overall pick in this past NHL draft for the Florida Panthers. I thought he played a great 200-foot game, and if anybody were to be in there, it might be him, but no complaints here. Eric, although Canada did lose, it was a fun tournament to watch, and it should be exciting for Edmonton and Red Deer to host it next year as well.